Art for Change podcast, where creativity and empowerment unite. Streaming live every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We got Motion Monday, Therapeutic Thursday, and Soul Food Sunday. If you like what you see, book your seat. We turn up the heat with your Art for Change.
And we are live. What's going on, art enthusiasts and change makers? Yeah. Hey, man. This is another week of Art for Change podcast. Today is Motion Monday, folks. Yes. And I am your host, Mr. Sapiosexual, and my co-host in the building.
You already know it's your boy Be You, because that's all you got to do is be you. Let's get it.
And it's Lady Alva on the scene with the fellas tonight. Pleasure to be here. How y'all doing?
Another day. It was a good Monday, actually. I'm doing good.
Good.
I got a short week. I leave Thursday. Thursday, go see my kids for 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
And so I might miss a day on the podcast, but I'm gonna try and make it. I might be on the podcast at the airport on Thursday. If I'm not Lady Alva, you. If I'm not Lady Alva, you be you.
All right. Can I act up?
Yeah, you can act up.
All right. My
How
pleasure.
you doing today, Lady Alva?
I'm good. I put in our group chat because I woke up. Oh, it's like 8:11. I had took a long nap. I have a scarf on. I said to y'all, I don't know if y'all noticed it. Maybe you did it. I said, y'all gonna get Aunt Mama tonight. But and then my daughter's like, no, Ma, you can't. I said, why not? Some people it's come as you are. Like, look.
Yeah.
So she said, just take the scarf off and do something. So I whipped it up real quick and I said, 1, 2, 3, that's it. Yeah, but it's good. It's good. Today was a good day. No trials and tribulations in the day. Just smooth sailing, you know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad both of y'all having good days. My man sounding excited to get back on to that family, man. That's always a nice trip.
Yeah, the kids don't know I'm coming. It's their birthdays.
Yeah.
It's not the twins, not the little twins' birthday. It's the other two.
But the other citizen,
and then their sister birthday is 3 days later.
Okay.
So I got three birthdays within 3 days.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's cheaper. Hey, it's cheaper.
3 birthdays. Wait, say
it's cheaper. It's cheaper when you blend them. He said it's cheaper when you blend them.
So I got two on the same day, and 3 days later I got another one.
Woo! The twins on the same day, and then 3 days later, another. Wow.
So it's cheaper. Yeah. So we have 2 parties a year.
Cheaper.
We got the twins and then the 3 girls.
Right.
So
Money
like
management.
so this is we're in October. That's the twins. So then a daughter after that in October.
No, 2 of my girls' birthday is on the 12th, and another one is on the 15th. And then my baby twins are on February 4th. So I only have 2 birthdays to acknowledge a year.
Yeah. When's your birthday and when's your wife's birthday?
May 19th and hers is January 2nd.
Because I think in terms when I was starting my family and with my husband, he's November birthdays. November. Then we have Christmas, which is Christmas. I call it Christmas. But also in November, we have Thanksgiving. He's right before Thanksgiving. And then January's me. Then January's our oldest daughter. Then February is our son. Then as I grew more in my family, 2 more children, March is my 3rd child, my baby girl. And then January, right before me, is my baby boy. But with my husband, it's like once November came, we broke for like 6 months. That's how
Mm.
every year.
Ain't none of their birthday near mine, so I get the best birthday every time. And I love
Yeah,
that for me. I love that for me.
yeah. Now I'm just broke all year.
Pretty much living to pay bills.
Yes, yes. It's all right though.
Mister, how
So
was your day?
there you go. You said it.
My day was good, man. I actually got to relax. Spent 22 hours driving today, over the weekend. So I definitely got me some rest and relaxation in today. Um,
Oh, you took
Okay.
today off?
they took today off. It was raining all day,
Okay.
and they didn't let us work today. So
Oh,
It
yeah,
that's
kind of worked
good.
out in your favor then.
it kind of worked
Yeah,
out in my favor. Look, God be looking out for me in mysterious ways. Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Absolutely, because I
That's
probably
right.
wouldn't have been, but 75% had I had to get up at 3 like I typically do to get ready for work and get the day going. So, you know what I'm saying? I actually took and appreciated that I didn't have to
Yeah,
work and got me some rest today. Um,
yeah.
for people who don't know, I done got addicted to these damn reptiles. I done bought my second reptile. I done had it for like a week and a half now. Um, and my second reptile has now eaten. So I'm super, super stoked because that means that I got both of my reptiles enclosures comfortable enough to where they eat regularly. It's a difficult thing for certain owners who don't get the environment right, habitat right for their animals for them to feed. So I'm excited
Mm.
that I got both my animals to feed, especially the female after only having her a week.
What's her name?
Uh-huh.
Her name is Big Booty Judy. Or, but Mama said her name is Judy with the big booty. So
Judy with the big booty. Is she dropping it like
Judy,
it's hot? Drop it like
hey,
it's hot. Drop
Judy
it like
gonna
it's hot.
Judy gonna be dropping like it's hot. Judy gonna have some fine male collars. I'm
All
taking.
right.
Mhm. Yeah, she gonna have
I
some. She
can't
gonna have
get over. I
some
can't. I
beautiful
can't get
offsprings.
over the names. I can't get over the names.
That is
Yeah,
hilarious, actually.
yeah. So we got Sir Hissalot, aka from Sir Rap-A-Lot, and then we got Judy with the big booty. Yeah.
Yeah.
And women, the females get bigger than the boys in the python world. So
That is crazy too, as well.
Mm.
yeah, yeah. The guy here
I,
probably get he could on average, what I'm saying the guys get like 5 foot, but on average the women can
mm,
get up to 6 and weigh a lot more.
So
okay.
about my height, six
Mhm.
foot.
Yeah, nigga, you wish.
You talking about?
That was fool. That was fool. Hey man, but on a serious tip, man, we're gonna talk about some details, some subjects tonight. We're gonna talk about the ICE raid that happened in the Chicago complex. That was
Mhm.
predominantly American citizens, African American citizens. We're gonna talk about modern day dating. We're gonna talk about the Mississippi hangings. We're gonna talk about work conditions and mental health. And of course, we're gonna go through our fun facts and celebrity birthdays. And shout out to all the October 6 birthdays. All y'all, what's that? Still Libras, right? Still Libra season. Or was it Scorpio?
August,
Has it
September.
changed yet? I don't know.
It should be Libra.
Still
Yeah.
Libra for
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. Because it doesn't change. The zodiac signs don't change until like standard the 19th, between the 19th, 21st, or 22nd of every month.
Oh,
Well,
really?
19th
Okay.
and 21st of
You're
every
teaching me
month.
something.
And then depending on the cusp of when one is born, where the moon is, it could be sliding into the next sign. Yeah.
All right. All right. Teach me
Hmm.
something. Teach me
That's a
something.
good fun fact.
There you go.
I'm gonna do my homework on that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
do it, do it. Hmm.
All right. But first thing first, we're gonna talk about the ICE raid. If one of y'all want to bring up some of the detailed information I have, and I'm gonna read the questions, and one of y'all can read the detailed information.
Like Lady Ivy, you want to do the honors?
Okay, sure. So the detailed information, answers and information for the first 5 questions. Is that what we're talking about there?
Yeah.
All right. What are, excuse me, can you give me my fan? What details are known about the ICE raid on the predominantly Black apartment complex in Chicago? You want me to flow with it, or we going to break off and answer?
You can flow with it. Go ahead.
All right. Also, the ICE raid took place on, we're going to put on, was it October 4th? I think, for my reading, or am I wrong? We can't hear you.
No, it didn't happen on October 4th, but we just discussing it now.
In Chicago,
Yeah.
I think one happened. And yeah. Okay, targeting a large apartment, complex in Chicago. The raid primarily focused on individuals suspected of being undocumented immigrants. Reports indicate that many of the residents were Black families, highlighting the intersection of immigration policy and racial dynamics. Eyewitness accounts describe a heavy presence of ICE agents who reportedly entered several apartments, questioning and detaining individuals without providing clear explanations. The operation drew significant media attention and sparked outrage among community members, advocacy groups, and local leaders. Now, we want to know, how did residents react to the raid, and what impact did it have on the community? Residents expressed fear and anger in the aftermath of the raid. Many felt unsafe in their own homes, fearing future actions from ICE. Community leaders organized rallies and information sessions to educate residents about their rights and provide raid intensified. Wait, did I miss something? Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I did miss something. I'm sorry, y'all. Educate residents about their rights and provide support for those affected. The atmosphere of fear among the immigrant communities, leading to increased calls for sanctuary and protection from local law enforcement. I feel like because I saw something about raid intensify. I don't know.
No, you're good.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. The event also highlighted the challenges faced by Black immigrants who often navigate multiple layers of discrimination. What are some of the potential legal ramifications for those detained during the raid? Individuals detained during the ICE raid may face various legal consequences, including deportation proceedings. Those without legal documentation are at the highest risk of removal, while individuals with pending asylum claims or other legal defenses may have opportunities to contest their detention. Advocacy groups often mobilize legal resources to assist affected individuals, working to secure representation and navigate the complexities of immigration law. Additionally, there may be grounds for civil lawsuits if there are allegations of unlawful entry or excessive force by ICE agents. How does the community's response to this event reflect broader issues of immigration and race relations in the U.S.? The community's response to the raid underscores the intersectionality of race and immigration in the United States. The predominantly Black residents facing ICE enforcement raised concerns about systemic racism within immigration policies, which can disproportionately affect marginalized communities. Advocacy groups point to the need for comprehensive immigration from the needs of comprehensive immigration reform that considers racial equity and the historical context of immigration in the U.S. The response also highlights the importance of solidarity among different communities, as many organizations rally to support the affected families, emphasizing a collective fight against just injustice. What resources are available for families affected by such raids? After an ice raid, various resources may be available to support affected families. Legal aid organizations, groups like the National Immigration Law Center or local legal aid societies provide free or low cost local legal assistance to those facing deportation or seeking asylum. Community organizations. Many grassroots organizations offer support services, including counseling, financial assistance, and information about immigration rights. We have hotlines. National and local hotlines exist to provide immediate assistance and guidance for individuals experiencing ICE encounters. Sanctuary policies. Some cities and states have adopted sanctuary policies to protect undocumented residents from deportation, providing a safer environment for families. Last but not least, we have mental health services. Counseling services may be available to help families cope with the trauma and stress associated with such raids.
Yes, and all of these services aim to empower to affect individuals and families to help to navigate the legal options and offer support during all of this challenging time. We got reports that they had small children that was pulled out of the home with no clothes on. There's reports that kids were zip tied and planked down on their faces and asking for identification from small elementary students and stuff of that nature. So, what is your
Mhm.
opinion on that? When they went to an area where they said they was looking for immigrants, but everybody in the resident was predominantly African American citizens.
I think they were being nosy. They're just trying to. It gave them a reason. There was their reason to rate and be nosy and see what's in the black community. Because I mean, it's predominantly black. You don't need to be there. So ICE. Why would you need to be there? And also, like, I want to touch on like they pulled people from our job sites in Florida. Like in Florida, they put people from our job sites. And like I did like notarized documents saying like, oh, they work for us. Like I did that before and everything like that. But I won't talk too much. I got somebody in my family that's very close actually. That's in ICE. That's like he's a high officer, high ranking, but he only deals with the criminals that they're sending back. That's it. He only deals with them, and he's in Miami, so you know what kind of criminals those are.
Mhm.
But yeah, like the drug dealers, pretty much. Long story short, and he sends them back home, but it still breaks up family. But then it's not ICE fault when it does that. But yeah,
Mhm.
what about you, Lady Alva?
Well, I, I I'm speaking just a little freely, not at all factually. And you guys, if you can, you have more detail, then you can please help me out and correct me if I'm speaking wrongly. Um, when I'm curious when they say a black Afri- African American families in this building, or what is that entail? Is that Black Americans, U.S. citizens, or are we talking about what is that a combination of blacks from other countries? What do we specifically is does that cover? I need to know, like, because that term is very broad and sometimes people use it very broad. When for me, when I say African Americans, I'm talking about Black American citizens. I'm not necessarily talking about Black Africans that have come over to the United States or other Black ethnicities from other foreign lands that have come.
Respect.
Yeah.
BU, you can see that.
We can't hear you, BU.
I can barely see it.
Uh-huh. I can see it, but if you want to open it and BU's gonna read it, but I can see it.
I can barely see it. I'm on my phone. My laptop's on my notes.
Yeah. Hey, you don't have your glasses on.
Yeah, I ain't got my glasses on. They prescription.
It says,
Hmm.
it said, what Operation Midway Blitz? It says Operation Midway Blitz began early September when the Department of Homeland Security increased its immigration enforcement operation in Chicago and other parts of Illinois as part of Trump's administration efforts targeting sanctuary cities. More than 800 people have been arrested as of October 1st, according to the DHS. Advocates say that the ICE raids have swept up immigrants with no criminal records, U.S. citizens, and children. Agents have
Hmm.
at least has shot at least two people, and confrontations between protesters and federal agents have become increasingly tense. Things came to a head last week when armed agents conducted a military-style raid at a residential apartment building in South Shore.
Hmm. Now, to continue my view, look, I've said before, for those of y'all that haven't heard that are listening here with us tonight, jamming out with us tonight. I'm born in Chicago and Chicago, Illinois, and from the South Side. Um, South Shore was not, that area. Um, I can remember Cook County because that's the police department that patrols and holds Chicago down. Cook County Police. Back then, it was very militant. We had curfews. Many other cities besides Chicago had curfews to be inside by a certain time of night. Um, and if you weren't, and if definitely an underage and not in the house and they catch you, they're going to probably take you down and detain you. Some depending on the situation and dependent on how you respond to law officials. You know, that, well, they may get you home, detain you, your parents are called, okay, blase, blase. Also, they were very militant in the sense that if they had to come for you, they coming for you. Like light shine and yeah, like all of a sudden your whole my parents had a part, your apartment is lit up, like whatever. They they coming for you. And so with that, and as a New Yorker too, and just allowing myself to understand more about law officials, they don't come politely most times when it's an agenda, knowing that something's going on. They come politely when they're coming to inquire. Other than that, when they have their agenda, we know this, and that's what I ask. I don't know what they know. I did a little due diligence here quickly. I need to do more, but what do they know for them to go to that apartment building? Or what were they told? What information did they receive to go to that apartment building? But in these cases, they're not coming politely. They're coming to take charge. And in these cases, law officials, they don't have time to deal with you politely because they don't know when you talk about quote unquote criminals what you may do. They don't necessarily know who's who. Who's in a space, criminals may be there or they're told they're there. We don't have time to come politely to say, "Oh, are you a criminal?" No, we're no. We coming to shut it up, shut it down. We coming in. That's it. So with that understanding in my mind, I'm thinking, well, what should the people do? What should a person like me if that happened to me? And I see that this is
Hey,
me.
hey,
Oh,
you
right,
got it.
this is
You
me.
got it, big
You
dog.
got it. All right, all right. What's going on? What y'all want? What y'all need? That's it. I have no time to. Oh, this ain't right. Yo, I have no time for none of that. You got it. Because see, and I'm not saying that the residents did that. I don't know, but I can only presume that without fault or blame, that some kind of chaos went on, some reluctancy went on. The people, somebody got shot, somebody got killed, some type of reluctancy. That's not the way we should fight. Like be you and me, he agree. You got it. And
let's.
then we think about it, let them have it, and then we set up our chessboard individually or collectively to how we gonna fight this if there's any injustice. How we gonna get out of this if there's any injustice. Go ahead, Mister. He was gonna say something as I was speaking. Go ahead, Mister. I yield to you.
Um, I think that's an interesting perspective. Absolutely, you do want to yield to the police and not resist any type of arrest or whatever it may be. I'm not saying nothing like that, but it was a raid. Doors were kicked in. People were pulled out of their beds. That's a different way to react versus you knowingly did something, so now I have to surrender. Or someone walk up on you and you see that they're law enforcement and you put your hands up. How you telling somebody to put their hands up when you're yanking children and people out of their bedrooms, you know what I'm saying, asking for identification with weapons in their faces? That's the scene that was going on. It wasn't like they came in broad daylight and politely said, "Hey, we're looking for immigrants." It wasn't, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And again, in this case, they're not coming politely. And I'm thinking I'm looking at all the variables. I'm not just looking at injustice. I'm looking at how this got. First of all, this got to this way because we've had several presidents that have let the borders open and immigrants have flooded in here, coming in here unlawfully.
So you
Um,
are totally okay with the way that the Trump
I'm not.
administration have sent their ICE agents to raid U.S. citizens and search for immigrants?
I'm not saying that I'm totally okay. I'm trying to glean from what I do know and have some understanding on both sides, all around. You know, are people coming up and saying, I'm an immigrant, take me back to my country? That's a question. Are people doing that? Are people saying, what criminals really, on an average, come and say, I'm a criminal, take me? So we know that people are hiding, ducking, and dodging. And we don't know all of what the president knows or the law is the whole. We don't know all of that because they don't disclose that to us.
We just read that over 800 people have been arrested as of October 1st, according to DHS. And it says advocates says that ICE raids have swept up immigrants with no criminal records, U.S. citizens
Yeah.
and children. I mean, we just read that.
Yeah. Yes, we did. Absolutely, we did. Although for me, that's one reading. And then I can actually say, as tonight we're here live, that's maybe 3 readings because I did 2 on my own. But I have to find more. I read several broadcast entities to get the knowledge and then discern it. Because we do know the media falsifies information too. Or they put it that way, which penetrates more of a chaos into those who are already chaos with this. So what I'm reaching for is what is the best way for us to understand this without constantly fighting of what responsibility do we have within that how?
I respect it. I don't think they're going about it personally the right way. I feel like there's other ways that if you wanted to try to eliminate people who are here falsely, I feel like there's other ways that you can go about it than raiding U.S. citizens' homes, known U.S. citizen homes, looking for immigrants that you already know is not there, being that you have this highly intelligent and capable system to where y'all know all this information. We're in a world full of information. Y'all have access to so much cameras, and y'all can hack into everything. So it's not like they don't know where they're going. It's not like they don't know where these people are. I feel like whenever you starting to attack U.S. citizens, is it about immigration still? But
So I still ask, are we sure? Like, I'm sure my children are my children. There ain't no doubt about it. Are we sure that this building was there was no unlawful immigrants or undocumented, excuse me, people, residents in that building? Are we sure? Like I said, I'm sure my children are my children. I can't be that sure by reading the news report. I got to sit and listen and glean more and more.
so you all right with them coming into your home as long as it's one undocumented person in your building?
If they got to do what they got to do. Because if I live in that building and there's one in the building, they don't know what we doing. We could be harboring the person, covering up for them. They don't know. I know for me, let me do it just talk from my perspective. If I'm in the building, I got an apartment in the building, and I know there's undocumented people, I'm already thinking I probably need to move because of what's going on. I probably need to go
What about
because
what
I'm a
about the people who came
target.
from New York?
I'm an innocent target because this apartment 23B is all undocumented people. I probably need to go. I'm gonna pack up. Maybe if I can. If I can't, then what can I do? Maybe I'll make an anonymous call. Don't when y'all come. No, we good here. I'm making light. I got humor. But yeah, what can I do?
I respect it. I mean, everybody is right from their
I,
perspective.
yeah, I'm not. Do we want to harbor? Here's the real. Do we want to harbor criminals? Are you gonna harbor me if I'm a criminal?
I think criminals are humans, and I have a funny way of I have a different perspective on that. So um, I don't look
Criminals are
at
human.
I don't think no less of someone because they committed a crime. And
No,
I believe I believe once they have served their time for their crime, I feel like they should be able to have a just due and not have that criminal attached to their identity for the rest of their life.
I agree.
You
I
talk to
don't
someone
think.
who is a felon, you know what I mean? But you
Yeah.
wouldn't look at me and just say, "Oh, I have a criminal demeanor." But I'm a felon, and that sticks with me when the police runs my name. So
No, no.
I have a different
Listen,
perspective
go ahead.
on you saying harboring a criminal because if you saying harboring a criminal, but if you here working and your visa ran out and you did everything to do it and they taking too long to give you your to reinstate you, but you've been here working and you ain't been bothering nobody, and you get pulled up in a raid, but you ain't never had a problem with me. You ain't never bothered my children. You let me know that my door was open one day. Like you ain't never did anything to harm me. I have a funny way
Hmm.
of saying like, oh, you harbored the future because I didn't call the police and let them know that Juan's not legal. So you talking to someone who has a
Okay,
different perspective on
and
it.
I respect that, and I understand what you said. But then let me correct my lingo. I'm not saying harbor by make a call and report somebody. I said that sarcastically. What I'm saying, harboring criminals, are we fighting for criminals to stay in their criminal status? That's what I mean. So let me I correct my language. Um, The laws are the laws of this land. You break them, you have a consequence to deal with. No one's saying and I don't treat no human being is less, no matter their current condition, present, future, past condition. No, I'm not saying that at all. But the laws are the laws. So I'm not gonna stand up. Why am I gonna fight for you and you breaking the law? How can I do that? How can I do that? I tell my children the same thing. Listen, because if you and then whatever, if you do something wrong and whatever you're doing, just surrender. Don't make it difficult for me to fight for you. Because once you start resisting and all this other nonsense, we done lost the fight at the top. That's all I'm saying.
I respect your opinion. What's your thoughts on that, BU?
I mean,
It's a
nah,
lot.
y'all done said enough. I mean, y'all said both. I would have said both things that y'all said put together. But I mean, y'all done said enough, and also like I don't know enough information on this subject, like the deepness of it. But I do know right is right, wrong is wrong. Can't. I mean, law is law. We got to be law-abiding citizens. Like, but I mean,
Mhm.
I took some points from both of y'all actually. So it just depends on who you
When
are.
when the
That's
situation has happened to law-abiding citizens, is it still considered correct?
what
Not
it's because
necessarily.
no, it's not considered correct, but it's considered like they're doing their job. They fucked up. Yeah, that's like you think somebody's kidnapped in that house and you raid the house and wrong house. Like they're trying to save somebody or save people or But I mean,
Mhm.
this is touchy because
It
then you're
is.
taking people from their families as well. You're taking people from their family, and then it might not be wrongdoing, and then so they're detained off of wrongdoing, and then how do they compensate for that? Like,
Can I interject? And this is the part where we all have an effect on one another. Every human being. What you do, my neighbor, can affect my life, my
Yeah.
children. And are you considering that with what you're doing? This is, so and I'm gonna answer your question out loud too. It's not necessarily correct, the treatment. I'm not condoning the treatment, but I agree. Like B, you said, they have a job to do. It got messy. Maybe we can, but I too, again, as I started speaking, said I'm speaking freely, not necessarily factually, you know, because I need to get listen more and have more information as days go on. But I do feel this for sure. When something is an encounter with the law is come at me and it's wrong, that's my fight on the back end. After they finish their job, now I stand up and fight. And my fight not might not just be me individual. If I got to go to different legislators or whatever like that, then that's the fight to say, hey, there's a better way that y'all could do this because you came in and it wasn't even my family and we are traumatized from this. That's discussions. Hmm. We can't
It's
hear
a lot
you.
of people that is. It's a lot of people that are traumatized by the situation, um,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
when you look in for when the organizations are supposed to be organizations that you can trust, but you traumatize children from a young age, it's hard for people to want to trust these organizations that's supposed to be put in place for my safety, but my
yeah,
safety was in jeopardy within the organization that I was supposed to trust.
yeah.
But we're going to move on to modern dating.
I, I can I just say something to that?
Yeah, of course, you can.
If those who are undocumented, who's traumatizing the children? Who's setting the children up to be traumatized?
I was only speaking on the U.S. citizens that are affected by this, and the predominantly
Okay.
area that was affected with people who were not immigrants. That's my
Okay.
focus, and those are the people that I was referring to. You
Okay.
do have to understand if you are here illegally and your family is here illegally, and they do come for you and they separate your family. That is something that you put your family in whenever you take the risk to be here illegally. Yes, you're absolutely right
Mm-hmm.
in that perspective. But I was
Mm-hmm.
talking to U.S. citizens because the
Okay.
situation and the reason why it's done got so much mainstream news is because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of U.S. citizens were there and a lot of U.S. citizens were detained, and that's what the
Mm-hmm.
focus was on.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
And one other thing. So therefore, that provokes my thoughts to this. We have to be some us citizens or people, humans, humanity, be mindful of what our leaders are doing because they could be setting up an atomic bomb for us, all of us that are in, and or those that are innocent. So what I mean, all the leaders before Trump that let these borders open and let people flood in for whatever their reasons are. And I can give you some of those variables that I believe that it is to keep Black people in their place in this country, keep stepping on us in this country, to gain something monetary using people coming in from other countries. You know, it's all, but it's now it's like a bomb of all those years of that happening. Now it's a bomb, and we all have the price to pay for that. So on that note, think about empathy and compassion as you exercise it.
All right, let's move on.
All right, moving on to another topic. We're going to talk about modern day dating. Speaking of modern day dating, how do you think dating has changed in the rise of dating apps compared to traditional methods of meeting someone? I want to piggyback on that.
Mm,
All right, let me go first. Hey, first of all, you don't want to date in Chicago right now, hey, because shit was fucked up. But dating has changed with the rise of dating apps. Um, I would say it's not even dating apps because Facebook's not a dating app. But I mean, you're on there, you're getting dates and stuff like that. I would say it's just social media. A lot of people are homebodies now. Like a lot of people don't go out now. Like they only go out if they're like going out the country or going out the state or like so you're only gonna meet somebody real quick and then that's over with, a one night stand or just a quick have fun with them, not do nothing. But the internet has changed it. Like think about it, you go on a date. What are most people you see doing? Right? That's what you see. People just doing this in their phone
And
the
he
whole
said
time.
taking pictures on their phone, taking pictures of what they finna eat before they eat it.
Not
They got
showing, not showing the man who bought
yeah, no face, no
it.
case. Yeah, you know it.
Yeah. So
and that's a
internet has
shame if a
fucked up,
lady's doing that on a date with your
and it
guys.
be the ladies. It be the ladies who do it too. But it's the internet and it's traditional. It's like it's hard to hold a conversation in person nowadays because the internet puts this perspective of how a man should be or how a woman should be instead of genuinely meeting that woman and just liking them for who they are. Like it just puts a different perspective. That's my answer.
Lady Allen.
Dating apps are smoke screens. I don't know who you are really, and I'm not interested. That's my perspective. You don't know what you're gonna get, and dating should, and we need to know, we need to be up close and personal to know who you are and who I am, to glean that. And even with that, we do know that you don't still know who anyone is. We don't know anything, all things about any single person, not even our own children or our spouses. You understand? Because you're not in the mind of that individual. You're not in the body of that individual. But when you're up close and personal, you can gain more and glean more. And then you can meet their family or their friends and all of that to glean more. But that dating app, you get a lot of smoke screen and people predators behind that. And as we see today, there's a lot of people no longer living with us through dating apps, meeting. A lot of people have gone through abuse from that. It's terrible. People have stories that they on the dating app, then they meet up with somebody and they look totally different or whatever, it's a way for which includes, like you said, BU with social media and all of that, really breaking that open because dating apps have been around for a long time, or it wasn't called dating apps. It wasn't an app, you know, but and it was only maybe no more than a handful, if that many, on five fingers, but it's just well beyond people think of getting very comfortable with that type of communicate or relating. And I'm not into it personally myself. I look at it as that's more of a risk. For me, it opens up a box or a door to where more things could happen, and opposed to if I just meet you personally, person to person, not through the smoke screen.
Yeah, because you can feel
Hmm.
like the energy. Energy is real.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about you,
Absolutely.
Mister?
I think a lot of people would challenge what Lady Alva said, and people feel more safer by. I think more people feel. I think more people would kind of challenge what Lady Alva said because I think more people or more women would say that they feel comfortable conversing um, to a man at the comfort of her own home and trying to feel him out that way versus having to physically meet someone in public and for the first time. And those, I feel like those encounters now are a little more risky for women because women are getting kidnapped, abducted, and everything, and kind of with at least the digital world and being able to converse with someone digitally, you can kind of feel a person out before meeting them, or video chat a person before physically meeting them, to try to weed some of the people out. So I think it's a pros and cons to the modern day dating app scenario for certain women. And I think more traditional women, like Lady Alba, would say that, I don't want a dating app. I want to meet someone in person because you could just like she said, you could be a facade through this screen. Right.
Hmm.
Dating apps, have shifted the focus from interpersonal reactions to more virtual encounters. And that's just making it easier for people to be less personal.
It's made it very easy for people to be someone that they're not, or
Right.
someone that they want to be, but they're not that.
Right.
You get to dress up however you want to dress yourself up. But remember, when I'm saying that, what I said, look, wherever I go, in my day to day life, I meet people. So that's the first meeting. And traditionally, what do we do after that? If a man is interested, or maybe I give him a side eye, something like I know, or maybe I'm straightforward. Can we exchange numbers? So that's how that goes. Now we're talking on the phone, but I have met him. I'm not meeting him first through the phone or through social media or an app. You know, I met him face to face. And that energy, like B, you mentioned, gave me something that I like and said, okay, let's exchange numbers and take it from there.
I respect that. I respect that. Hey, BU, what do you think of some of the challenges dating in the digital age, dominated by aesthetics and social media?
Um, this is kind of 2-for-1 question. You don't know who they are.
Mhm.
Yeah, honestly, this it's a 2-for-1, so we're gonna have to skip that one.
A 2 for.
It's a 2 for because you don't know who they are, like personally, and like filters, like filters. Like you think you're coming into this and you get that, and that's what that what's the name of that show? What they made? Catfish. You get
Yeah,
catfish.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then like they can be nice online and rude in person.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing about me, I can feel energy. So meeting in person, like yeah. So I met my kid's mom in person, like, and it's good energy, like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like meeting in person is different for me, like and I'm a younger generation than Lady Alva, but no shade, no shade.
I'm not
But
taking it that way, be you.
yeah, but yeah, you can be tricked or you can not be tricked. It's I don't know the statistics. I don't know if it's 50-50 or 60-40 or but I mean,
Mhm.
but one thing I will say, you can fall in love with that person already before you see them. So when you see them, it won't even matter how they look, like, because they already emotionally. Y'all both are. What was the word yesterday? Attached.
Yeah,
So
emotionally attached. Yeah.
so I mean, then at that point, it could work in your favor anyway because it doesn't matter. I'm already attached to you.
Hmm.
I'm already for you. Like I could be on the other side of the world. I didn't waste 6 months talking to you without seeing you. And
Hmm.
and with technology, nigga, we got FaceTime. We got video chat. I can see you for real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if I'm meeting somebody virtually and they can't FaceTime me, to me that's a red flag.
Definitely.
You can't video chat me in no way possible. You ain't got no Facebook Messenger. We ain't got no Google Meet. You ain't got no FaceTime. So you tell me there's no way we can video chat. What type of phone you
And what they say, blocked with a T, blocked.
got?
I love it how you rolled out all those. You telling me you can't. You telling me you can't. You telling me ain't no.
None else? None else. All right, we download Skype. We can take it all the way back. Now,
Yeah, honestly,
and you can't
we
download
got
nothing
something.
either. You can't download nothing either. Okay, now shit's sounding real fishy.
So
Yeah.
you got a flip phone. You got a flip phone. Oh, okay. Hey, yeah, I don't need nobody with that.
You got a strip flip phone. What you doing? You trapping? What the hell we got going on?
What we talking about? Practice?
You living a double life over here, man. What we got going on?
Yeah. See, I guess when you said that, Mister, it's a red flag. Instantly, me like I literally think this way. There's already red flags that I've experienced in life, and I know about red flags. Like I have a pantry of what is possibly or what the red flags are. You understand what I'm saying? Why do I need to add another red flag to that? I'm not doing that. I'm not interested in that. Why do I need to inquire about another? Is this a no? I'm not doing that. So I'm good here, you know. But I can tell you, look, as a woman, men have a way to talk over the phone. And I'm not saying women don't either, but I'm dealing with talking from my perspective, my
Right,
authentic self, because whether I'm on the phone or face to face, I show up true and exercise the trueness of me.
right,
But
right.
men have a way to present something different of themselves on the phone to a woman. I've experienced it. It's a lot of goodness you hear. When you get up and close and personal with them and start interacting with them, you see the differences, other differences coming out. You understand? So that's what I need to know who you are. If you just behind that screen, that's all you're gonna do. And also very important, we know, which I talked about before, one of our shows, that men represent themselves, which I just said, but using that lingo in a way. And you really find out who he is. Maybe it take you 30 days, maybe it takes 60, 90, maybe it take longer to know who he truly is, the layers of him. I call that men representatives. It's a lot of representatives. That's how men present themselves. I did a sketching of that, three faces, the representatives. Yeah. So, I want to add more goodness and more security, not more things that I got to look, you know, into red flags. Mm-mm. For
I
what?
respect that. How do you two feel about um, how prevalent filters and photo editing is when it comes to people's profile pictures and dating profiles and things of that nature?
I don't mind it, but long as you got like regular pictures of yourself too, because women want to feel pretty. I don't mind it, but long as you got some regular shit that I can see too, or we get to know each
Hmm.
other and we FaceTime. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah.
They like the filters. They love it. I love that photo. My kids love it. So I don't mind it at all. But we go FaceTime. We go FaceTime.
They
I
got
gotta
face.
see that.
I think they got filters on when you FaceTime too now. I think I saw something like that. But
Oh well, shit.
yeah, where
I
you
didn't know
can
that.
have it. Yeah.
Yeah, they got some things
I,
where you can kind of beautify your face a little bit, FaceTime too.
yeah. Hmm.
Definitely you do. You right about that, Miss Lady Albert.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, if,
Again,
wait,
go
hold
ahead,
on,
Leah.
hold on. You be using it?
Who me? Yeah, I've been using it,
No, no, I'm talking about Lady Albert.
bro.
No, 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 no,
Hey,
no,
and hey, the worst case
no.
scenario, hey, you catfish me, I'm walking away. You already know,
Yeah,
hey, I'm gone.
yeah. And if I was to use something like that, it would be like on a professional level, just depending on it, how I'm feeling. Like, okay, ooh, look, the aging process is real. Like, I got to make a year, 2 years ago, so I was look. Ooh, I see it happening. So maybe on a professional level, I might get a little enhanced, but I don't want to look totally different. Like, I don't want to look like without even without those things with makeup. And once the makeup's off, like, ooh, you look, like it's a whole nother person. I don't adorn myself that way. I accept my naturalness, and I like to enhance my naturalness, and I want to present myself to anybody like that. But that goes back to these apps where, I don't like any of it. I really don't. And I really despise it for our children. I absolutely despise it for our children because they're locked into that. I got one child that's like that. They're locked into that and meeting people through Discord, the games, and all of that. Now you have relations and friends, or maybe a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I call it behind the China wall. Ain't nobody, you know what I mean? She's on FaceTime. But again, people that make themselves up and use all of those superficial apps to glean themselves differently, that to me is is a sign of unauthenticity. That to me right there makes you a liar.
Okay. Would you say the same thing for a young lady who wears a lot amount of makeup to where she looks unrecognizable without it?
Yeah, I question why is she doing that? What's the issue? Yeah, I've spoken to some women like that, that did me like what? Yeah, why? Why? These things are to enhance our natural beauty, to highlight what we already have, makeup, not to give you a whole new look to where you look like a whole nother person. Because underneath that mask, it's a literal mask. You looks like something different. It's a funny story. My cousin, she told she had me laugh. her nieces came to visit her. And they came, she said, "Oh, they was beautiful. They came and and she hadn't seen her nieces in a long time, right? And they stayed over. She said when they all woke up in the morning, she saw these people and said, "Oh, who are you?" Her old nieces.
what
That's how it
the
was.
hell? What
She
they say? Not
stormed
what
me
the
out.
hell?
Yeah, I said, "You gotta be kidding me, cousin. You that's real extreme for you." She said, "No, I'm telling you, like who oh, that's what you she like two different people." But for me, my preference is no, and the same. As a mother teaching my children, that ironically, my mother always wore a lot of makeup. Her generation, they did that. It was called the pancake makeup, but she slept in her makeup too. But I never took on any of that like that. Yeah, so we don't want to. It signifies that something about you're not comfortable with yourself when you're going that deep. Social media, what they're doing now is everyone wants to have this persona of flawless, like everyone's a star and you're not, in a sense, according to the world. And it's just mimicking. And why? Look, just take the picture.
All right, Mister.
Um, I think that both of y'all got enlightened perspectives on it. I do think that if you got filters in all your pictures, to me that's a red flag. Um,
Mhm.
if all your pictures you have an extreme amount of makeup that I can tell is, to me that's a red flag. I don't. Oh, and when I was in the dating world, um, when I was on dating apps, if a woman didn't have a picture of her real hair, that was a red flag to me. If
Mhm.
every picture is a lace front or box braids or kinky twists or your hair is always done, I'm like, okay, that's fly that you keep it done. I like it, I respect it. But every picture, I'm looking at a different woman. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, where is where is you?
Who
You
is
know.
you?
Mhm.
So when I don't
Mhm.
see a woman's natural roots, to me, that's a red flag. I don't care if you
Mhm.
got bald head or you got beautiful locks all the way to the ground. I just want to see your roots. If you got a
Mhm.
fro, rock that shit, bitch, and let me like the fro. If you got long hair to the ground, rock your shit and let me see that too. Like I don't care. It's not
Mhm.
about length or a texture for me. It's about authenticity for me. So I love when a woman is naturally beautiful. Whenever you have to
Mhm.
do all this enhancing to alter the way that you look, to me, like Lady Alva says, it's a lot of insecurities behind that. But in
Mhm.
retrospect, on another end of that, if we only are looking at people or we only dating people based off how they look aesthetically, you know what I mean? I feel like you're not going to get the best you could get out of
Version
a
of me. Yeah.
relationship. You know what I mean? Because I
Mhm.
can look beautiful or she can look beautiful, you know what I'm saying? But that's only exterior. I can be very handsome, but I can be no
Mhm.
good to you. She can be very beautiful, but be no good to you. Grandma always told me everything that glitter ain't gold. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And everything that look good ain't good for you. So if
Mhm.
we only are um, forming these relationships based on how someone looks to us and it pleases to our eyes, I think a lot of us will end up in relationships that don't benefit us well because we only looking on the exterior.
Yeah, I agree. I think it causes conflicts in the relationship because it's like empty. It's the shell with nothing in it.
Hey, all right. On the other perspective, these niggas be catfishing too. Let's get their jeans and all that. Paint their hair. Paint their
Yeah,
beard. That's why they
yeah.
say your first date. Hey, go swimming. First day, we
Mhm.
diving. Hey, Jump in. Hold your
I
nose.
just said, wait. The first day, go swimming and see what
Hey,
feels
we
off.
both dive in there. He might got a little Beijing. I can't swim. All right, we jumping in 3 feet.
Oh, man. I never heard that one, BU. That's funny as heck.
Hey, you
Go
heard it here
swimming.
first.
And
I
look,
like that. I like that,
let me
BU.
dunk
That's
you.
some good
Let me
advice there,
dunk
brother.
you. BU, let me dunk you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See what you look like when you pop up.
Hey, and like I said, they say, "Oh, I can't swim." We jumping in 3 feet. You can stand up. Hey, hey, what we talking about? Practice?
That is
Oh,
so
that's sorry.
crazy. I
My
love
bad.
that analogy. I love
I'm
it.
sorry, man. I apologize.
Hey, I like
I
it.
got out of here. I'm sorry.
No, that was good. That was good.
Now that we're talking all about aesthetics and things of that nature, do either of you think that the emphasis on the physical appearance in dating is changing the way people form connections?
Ask again. I'm sorry. Say it again, mister.
No problem. I said, do you think the emphasis on physical appearance in dating is changing the way that people form connections?
Yes, and I let lady I will explain why. I think yes.
Yeah, the emphasis on appearance changing the way people are forming relationships and dating. Is that it? I've repeated it right. That's it. Yeah. Again, it's all about the shall. That's what everyone, or many, are focused on, and the inside is empty. It's nothing to give, nothing really of substance, of validity there internally, because they're focused on the shell.
So
And
you're covering up. You're covering up nothing, pretty much. You're covering up
yeah,
nothing.
or yeah, no, for some you could be covering up beautiful things,
Mm.
but they don't even they're not. Some people don't even know that they, or whatever their insecurities are, they haven't tapped into that essence of themselves, or they don't have any
Mm.
belief, whatever the reasons are. Because, and truly, I think that's for everybody, because we're all beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Unless you are a monster, then you have some deep demons in you. But naturally and designed by God, we're all beautiful. That's my dog here. And yeah, so you covering up what you know, and you don't want to be, you don't want to show. You're covering up because you don't feel you have anything to show, and you're covering up a lot of goodness that is in you that you're not even that you don't even maybe know about, or because it's all a facade. It's terrible for women. If women, the West, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's gone well beyond of just being a natural woman.
Yeah, what you
You
might
gotta,
not
and
like about you, I might love it.
yeah, yeah. Look, so yeah, it has a terrible effect in relating. It dictates what men want now. It dictates. Women dictate that. And put that
Yeah,
image
you're
out
right.
there, and eventually, yeah, it gets sold. Everyone's attached to it, or many are attached to it.
I mean, that's
It's a
true.
terrible.
Everything that a
Yeah,
man does is he does to attract a
For a
woman.
woman.
You
right,
know what I mean?
right, right. And this last thing, when it comes to, I thought about this some time ago, when we have the topics that have been brought across the country about body shaming, you know, women who are overweight and this, that, different bodies have body shaming. But I said, wait a minute. If you go get breasts, aren't you body shaming yourself? That's what it's telling me. You want to enhance your
And
breasts, you want to enhance your butt. That's you body shaming right there. You don't like what you
so,
have. You
so
are
when
shamed with what you have. Naturally. Go ahead.
so when women alter their bodies, when women do plastic surgery, that's a form of body shaming in your perspective.
Yes, yes, indeed. Absolutely.
Personal
It's a
body
form of,
shaming because you basically saying that I
yes,
don't look good enough so I have to enhance this.
Right. You body shaming yourself.
That
Yes.
that's what. So you're saying it's an insecurity.
Yes.
I think it's insecurity.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, is it an insecurity for someone to naturally like to look good? Is that an insecurity? Not so much the enhancement with with plastic surgeries. I'm talking about like a person who just like to wear nice clothes and like to trim their face, or if they're male, or like to keep her hair done, and she's a woman, her hands, her
Mhm.
toes. For people who like to make sure that they look aesthetically pleasing, are those people
Mhm.
also too insecure?
I can't say that those people, and maybe some within those that are, because they feel like they can't be seen unless I'm like this, unless I have all these aesthetics from dress head to toe or hair done, my nails done. you know. I heard my daughter say she's not letting her toes out if her toes are not done.
Right.
So you're saying if they put on makeup to go across the street to Walmart and go right back home, that's
They may have some insecurities.
okay.
Right. So I'm not saying those in general, but it may be some within those. We have to differentiate between the variables of each, or of some. Yeah, yeah. But
So
I think overall, it's okay to look good. We all should feel good and look good about us and
yeah.
how we want to look. But if you, be you, say it again, if you going across the street to Walmart and you got to do all that to go do that, there might be some issues there.
Mister, what you got?
I mean, I think I would challenge that. I'm gonna be devil advocate. I think I would challenge that and
Okay.
say, if I'm the type of person that I feel like impressions is everything and appearance is everything, um, I'm I may not go to Walmart just looking any type of way because I don't know who I may run in across to in Walmart. And if I'm the type of person that I want to be held to a certain standard of how I take care of myself and how I'm presented to the world and how I step out my house. If I step out my house if I want to step out my house with certain integrity or dignity about myself, I may not want to look a certain way no matter where I go, and that cannot be an insecure thing. It could be a secure thing.
You feel
Damn,
secure
I
that
gotta
way.
start. Hey,
Hmm.
hey, see it now. I gotta start dressing up, go to the gas station and shit.
Yeah.
You make me feel bad. Hold up.
I'm gonna
I'm
tell
about to
you.
throw out
I'm
a
gonna.
whole outfit to go to the gas station, come right back. Then take it off and
Let
hang it
me.
right back up. I'm gonna hang it right back
Yeah.
up too. 5 minutes.
I'm. Yeah. I'm transitioned. I used to be a lot like that younger years, and I see my son. It's just a shame because it's my son. It take him a long time to get like, boy, get together. It's like, let's go. But primping himself, that's what I call it. But I used to be like that. I would not go to school if I didn't have the right outfit when I was in high school. And my mom may know it, but she going to work. So I'm like, okay, I ain't going. Cause but as I grew into, and aging into life, and then being around other regions, if you will, and I can say definitely around because it delayed me a lot. My cousins have a story in Philly that one of my cousins, oh my gosh, she's like, I was so sick and tired because she takes so much time with her hair. And everything had to be perfect. If my pony, if one side is locked, oh no. It was all time consuming. I'm delaying myself, I'm delaying others. And if it ain't right, I was emotional about it. I'm not
Right.
going because so I've learned to grow into myself and like myself as is,
Mm,
love myself as is. And
right.
it took different experiences with other humanity and cultures, races for me to understand that, and to do that. And then as a mother, I don't have time for all of that, but I got to go to Walmart. So today, my kids, bro, where you going looking like that? Going to get these groceries so we can have some food in this house. Why get dressed? I don't, by the time I get dressed, well, I'm not gonna want to go after that. So
Yeah.
I'm gone. Yeah, you know. And one other thing I do, I was kind of hesitant, but I'm gonna mention it. I learned a lot from white people because I lived up in the Pocono Mountains and working amongst them and in Walmarts and a lot of the retail stores, and I'm in the culinary business. Them people come to work as is and do the job. And you be looking at like, what happened to you? But they there and on point and do the job. But I studied that. Here I am ready to call out of work because I feel like I ain't prepared. All you need is your body, your limbs, and your brain. Go. That's it. I've also gotten compliments surprisingly when I've been out there like that, and a lot in here and wherever I lived. I lived in the Poconos, Philly, New York, and men compliment me, and I said, "Oh wow, like I'm in my little house clothes. I'm just out here running my errands in my house." They like it. Okay, well, thank you. So that I took heed to that too. So it's really what you're portraying from internal outwardly, no matter what you have on. Because some of us could be dressed to the T, and energy again be you. You be like, damn, that brother dressed to the T, but his energy is ooh scary.
Speak. Okay, yeah. All right, moving forward. Speaking on work, and then looking good at work and everything, like because I work with construction
Clock
women,
more. Excuse me.
and I work with construction women. They wear makeup. They they
Okay.
they they want to look pretty and all that. They're working
Mm-hmm.
long hours too. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
then so and it's a what is it called? It's like a myth or whatever. They're going there to find somebody because they're mostly always foreign, always go there
Mm-hmm.
to find a mate or they work with their mate, but they're always dressed up and everything, and we work long hours too. And then so I mean, those long hours, does that wear off your makeup or I don't know how that works.
Yeah, it did. Well, the industry and a lot of things have come a long way. So they actually have, where look, sports players, NBA women, tennis women, all the sports, swim that they can wear their makeup and it stays on. It's not gonna run off and sweat off like that, or maybe one, So they have done a lot of companies have done that. But again, let me just make it clear: I have nothing wrong and nothing against any woman who keeps herself dressed. It's a
Okay.
beautiful thing. But putting the time, that's an investment in time she's putting into herself, how she wants to feel and look. Yeah.
Okay.
I just, yeah.
Miss.
I see women do it all the time. I see certain men do it all the time. You know what I mean? No matter where they go, they want to look their best.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking on work, we're going to jump into work conditions and mental health.
Mhm.
B, you wanted to talk about this, so let's shoot you at the first question. How do long hours away from the family impact mental health and overall well-being?
Um, it affects both parties actually. Like, cause she's at home doing everything, um, and then she'll call like, "Oh, you're not," And I understand. I understand both sides. You're not here. I gotta do everything. Which, but then when I'm there, you tell me I don't do nothing. So it's like, but I get it though, because I would do something. Like she just fucking would burst my bubble or whatever. But she realized but yeah, I would do some stuff.
Wait,
But
wait,
it's
wait, wait. You holding back some things, Mister. He talking to us like in the middle. He holding back.
we don't hear you. All right, he's not talking
I'm
about
on
it.
talking to y'all.
He's not talking about it.
Yeah. He, Stop holding back,
Nah,
BU.
nah, but hey, for I'm gonna say it. Hey, but for both parties, even like it's a learning thing for both parties because I'm away from home and she has a lot more shit to do now that I'm away. And she would say, "Oh yeah, you don't do shit," which I know she would say that to get under my skin because I do shit, but not as much. But I be doing some shit like I do something. Yeah, I do something like hold on now, and then I get here
I
like
believe her. I believe her listening to you and
He like, I
looking
do
at you. I
man,
something.
believe her.
I take the trash out.
And yeah, exactly.
I might take the kids to softball,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
do something,
I do
you
store
know.
runs. I do the honeydew list.
But like I said, now I get here and it's like, oh, I got to do all this. I'm like, what happened to the shit I wasn't doing anyway? But to be fair, on her side, the kids are in a lot more activities and everything, so she has to do a lot more actually now that I left.
Yeah.
But to be fair, but it affects both parties. Like I get homesick sometimes. Like Vegas is cool for like the first week, but usually all I do is come home. I'm on a podcast like half the week, and I just be chilling. I be in the room. I do this at home. Like I YouTube, watch documentaries. I love documentaries, and and then sometimes I don't. I think I was depressed a little bit when I first got here. I don't know if it's called
Oh.
depression, but it was like homesick, which is a
Hmm.
form of depression actually. And then like my friends started coming, and it kind of gets your mind away from things every now and then. But still, when you lay down in that dark room and nobody's there, it's like it's just me, be you. So it's like, all right. So yeah. What about you, Lady Alva? Hold on, what about you, Mister?
Hmm.
Yeah, man. I can totally agree with you. I think working long hours and being away from your house can lead to different type of stresses. Certain people it can lead to anxiety, um, feeling of like you just said, feeling of isolation, and also it can create like a negative impact on your mental health and your family relationship. For them feeling, small children may not understand why mommy and dad has to be away for work. Um, and so, that's putting a wedge in between the relationship between you and your children, between the husband and wife or spouse or significant other. Um, they put a wedge between them because, one wants you home, the other one like, yeah, I want to be home too. But also we have needs, you know what I mean? And then it's like, okay, are we putting money before our family? But it's like, okay, I'm not trying to put money before our family, but this money provides from us. So it's like it's a lot of tugging and pulling, and everybody has to be on the same court to understand it. So definitely, it can definitely create some difficulties for the family dynamic or the work life balance.
Hmm.
You
Oh,
don't you
we
don't,
can't hear.
you don't mute, Pop.
Oh yeah, because I was getting loud. Hey, all right, let me calm down. Also, you can relate, because I got a son at home who needs to see his daddy because he's surrounded by fucking all girls. Like, all girls. So, like, and then no matter how much you tell her or the kids, hey, don't let that nigga act a certain way. Don't let him get away with nothing. They're going to let him do it. Because they don't see what we see as men in them.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. You're
That's a
absolutely
good
right.
point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I feel your intensity with that, BU. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, yo, and I was like, yo, do not let that nigga do nothing like that. Like, I don't want to
Right.
see a hand on it. I don't care if you're tired. Throw your hands in there.
Hmm.
Like, hey.
Hmm. That's
So,
y'all. That's an interesting perspective I heard from your men fathers. Yeah. I don't know if I have response to that per se, really, but
well, you're
because
home, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm home now. But when I did work, see, I didn't work long distance like you
Mm-hmm.
guys do, or out of the state or out of your, and travel. I didn't do that. Um,
Have you dealt with it though?
well, my daughter, my baby girl, when I was with her father, he was a commuter. We lived in the Poconos at that time, and he worked in New York. So I've experienced it someone with him, but I think from the perspective of seeing him do that, he did a good job with it, the work life balance, and he was eager to get home, and then whatever time he had home, he definitely poured into it. Or sometimes he just like, yo, I need the rest. But weekend definitely was his jam because now, he's working his 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, no weekends. So corporate world. So he definitely poured out and exercised his balance over the weekend with the kids or himself, you know. Yeah. Me though, I'd work. I mean, sometimes at work was my better balance than at home for me. I've had that happen in my work history, my work life. It wasn't always, but it did come, and it definitely came when I was a single mom again. So I was more balanced and feel more satisfied at work than at home. But yeah, but I think it's very important to do that. And did you incorporate about mental health with that too? You did in that question, Mister.
Yes, ma'am.
Wasn't mental health part of that question?
Yes, ma'am. I said I asked how it could impact your mental health.
Yeah. So obviously, for what I just last said, my that was my mental health actually showing up strongly, and it did impact it because I wasn't my best at home for what I'm would desire to had desired to be at a time in my life, a season in my life. And I didn't want to deal with whatever it was I was carrying for home, but I flourished more at work than I was at home. So, but that was definitely it affected my mental health, and or my mental health was affecting me in that way. Which one comes first? Yeah, but it takes time to think about that and sort it out and manage it. And I think the easiest way for any of us that experience those things in our lives is to not to burden yourself. I mean, work is a part of life. That's how we need to work to survive, to earn a living, and take care of ourselves and our family for that matter. So it's just finding a balance without condemning yourself. And definitely to the children without them misunderstanding, hopefully, because it's just what we do. Everybody has a thing to do, or you choose what you're going to do career wise, most of us, right? So it comes along with that. You can't just all the time say, well, I'm not going to do this. Even as a parent, you still have a right to exercise your individual life, your desires, your passions, So this is what I'm doing. Everyone is not going to have a job where we're all home. That's not the world. Don't work that way. Plenty of people commute. Some people get on planes every day to go to other countries to work. So it's just to balance it, and it can affect the mental health, but it comes with great understanding. I would say.
Okay. Poet said, "How do y'all actually manage kids' time and your time?"
Hey, poet. Um. Well, I don't. All my kids are grown now, but for me, when raising them and coming up, um, kids' time is whatever that invest in them, whatever things they like to do, want to do, game time, movie time, all of that stuff, incorporating them to making their kids' time part of things that is something that the parent time like to do, you know. Um, Maybe I like to shoot pool, incorporate the kids on that. Whatever activities, bike riding, incorporate the kids, bring them into that because I was always interested in trying being well, getting my kids to be well rounded, you know. Um, and then my time was for sure, poet, is 8:30, 9 o'clock come. I'm not talking no more. You got any questions, comments? I literally would say that to my children. You got anything you need from me? Anything you want to ask me? Because by 9 o'clock, that's it. It's all me. I don't want to talk to y'all, and y'all should be getting ready for bed, and that's it. It's all me. Hmm.
Oh no, this generation different because hey, these kids ain't got no bedtime now. First of all, at least not my kids. They got random, just
Oh,
random with it. Um,
oh.
BU, you want to answer
so
that? You want to read it and answer that, BU?
the like the one that's on the screen.
Yes,
How do
sir.
you
Yeah.
explain to your How do you explain to your kids, mommy and daddy needs mental health break? When your kids still need you. Hey, if you got mommy and daddy, you gotta take turns. and
Hmm.
then y'all get y'all whole break together, like you said, when they're asleep or when they're at school or on the weekend, like anything like that.
Hmm.
It's not easy because kids
Hmm.
need attention. But you know what made it easier? Technology. Now these kids don't even care. Not as much. They're sitting in their rooms. Like I'm gonna go home Thursday. Everybody's gonna be in different rooms. So
Hmm.
so I mean, you got to use your advantages and disadvantages. You got to use them, and you just got to intertwine them. That's the only way. There's no right answer for it, and it depends on how needy your kids are. Because my kids make their own food, even the babies. They know what they're doing, so they're not needy anymore.
That's a good question, poet.
That
Very good
is.
question. And from I can answer that from experience. Me, it was a lot of years that mental health for me, I didn't realize that it was going on in me. And then when it came about the years that I'm kind of getting the inkling that it's here, but I'm not treating it or anything. But I wouldn't say anything. So it created a lot of more pressure on me, and then unnecessary frustration, and even that my children got this 20th century. I've started to exercise it and explain and talk to my children when I'm having that mental health moment, because I do whenever it pops up where it's affecting me. It's always there, but when it's really affecting me at whatever time, then I say not right. I tell my children not right now. I'm feeling away. It's my mental health, and I don't know to pinpoint it to describe to y'all what triggered or what's happening, but it's here, and I just need for y'all to do what you need to do what I asked you to do what you're supposed to do, and please just leave me alone. Because I used to hibernate. I used to just close off. I would close off my whole family from me,
Mm.
and we could be in the same house. And then I would sleep like I was Rip Van Winkle a good portion of my life in the past, well past. And
I sleep a lot.
yeah, so now I've learned in this 20th century to talk to my children. And as each one has gotten, well, the two oldest already knew, and then the last two, as they got of age, to discuss to them what I carry. And then, so please, when I ask you, ooh, please, when I ask not right now, sometimes I could just say not right now. My daughter is very persistent. She'll keep going. But then I said, Kai, okay, this not right now that I'm saying, I'm having a mental episode. Please leave me. Just let's table that and let me do. Because I'm not gonna respond right, you know. if you're pushing me. Yeah. So that was a very thank you for actually for that question, poet. It's a very important question because kids need that because they see what all that goes on with their parents, a lot of things. So at a certain point in time, they surely need the understanding of the wave we might be riding, you know. Hmm.
Right, and to that, I think this is why therapy exists, and this is why I feel like if you are a young parent and or a single parent, um, and you are struggling with having patience for your children, I feel like you need to find someone that you can talk to, and and
Hmm.
and you owe it to your children to um, educate yourself on how to better manage your temperament so that you can
Yeah.
maintain the superiority as a parent to your children. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
you know what I mean. Your kids need to be able to see how to effectively handle stress, how to effectively handle frustration. So if the mother or father or the guardian has never shown a proper way of handling stress, how do you expect the child to grow up and come of an age to understand how to handle these things? So we know everything that we do to these children is impressionable onto them. You know what I mean? So every little thing that you're doing, they're watching. Your interaction with people in public, they're watching. You know how you speak to
Hmm.
people, your mannerisms, everything. So um, I think we owe it to the child because it's not the child's fault that it came here. You know, we did whatever
Hmm.
we did to create this new being. So I feel like we owe it to this new being to give it the best uh, life that we can. And the way that we do that is even if we're not educated in at that moment, we have to start educating ourselves, finding someone, some type of mentorship, someone who is a better parent than you, someone who is a better teacher than you, or find some type of organization that's going to help you um, become better for your children.
Hmm.
Hey,
Yes,
hey,
indeed.
with that being said, I learned like my kids listen better to me when I just talk to them regular like this, because
Hmm.
they learn in general. If I gotta yell, it's a problem, and so they started. Hey, all right, so we don't want this nigga yelling, because once I yell, I'm taking phones, tablets, and I'm standing on business. So if I say I'm taking it for a week, it might hurt me a little bit, but it's gonna be that whole week. I'm gonna let you know that now.
Yeah.
So when mom tells the kids, "Oh, I'm telling daddy," hey, okay, yeah, all
Hmm.
right.
Hmm.
Don't let me. I let her go first. I let her go first. Because when I walk in that motherfucker, hey, give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Put that up. You'll know where it's at. You'll get it in 3 days, and I'm not breaking in early. Because my mama used to
But
break
there it
in.
is.
Hey, mister, you see how I was back there. Hey, my mama, hey, you're on punishment for 2 weeks. Yeah, you'll see me in the street next week. Hey, run the streets. See you
Yeah.
when I get home. Then I'm on punishment again. See you when I get home
Hmm.
again.
Hmm.
Yeah, being in electronics is so important nowadays. You really don't gotta reprimand your children about spanking them like they used to do back in the day. Now that Wi-Fi off or that phone being gone,
I done
oh
did that
man,
too.
that shit is heartbreaking to them children. But that's all it takes. I mean, I'm talking about the biggest, the oldest. Yeah, cut that Wi-Fi off and watch all of them come out the room fussing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There, something's wrong with it. No, ain't nothing wrong with the Wi-Fi. Ain't nobody getting nothing internet today till y'all clean this motherfucker up. So,
Hey, real quick. I did it one time, and then my daughter knew what I did, and she plugged it back up. So now when the Wi-Fi
They
go
know.
off, I'm taking the whole router. The whole router going in my room. Hey, what we talking about? Practice? What?
Now, I have a question. When you do that, is it just targeted to that one kid that is in trouble or are all suffering?
it's a domino effect. So when one do bad, they all just go crazy.
Now, and guess what? And not to make look, not to water down what's happening in Chicago, but that's human behavior, you see.
Yeah.
When there's an issue, I don't have time to discuss who did it, who is just you. Everybody getting shut down. That's
And
it.
usually, like, I got good kids, but usually it's on a weekend, which is our cleaning day is Saturday. If my house is not right, give me everything until my house is clean. Other than that, it's grades, and I take the phone if the individual phone, but they get good grades.
Mhm.
It's mostly just keeping my house clean. That's it. Keep
There
your
you
house clean.
go.
That you got the simplest thing. If you clean every day behind yourself, it's real
That's
simple.
it. I love
Ain't no
that. Do
he-
you?
ain't no heavy cleaning on the weekend if you clean throughout the week behind yourself. So now you huffing and puffing because you spending your whole Saturday cleaning. Hey,
Yeah.
should have did it during the week.
Look, I can ask your lady, can I borrow you for a moment to come to my house and tell these my two children in here that are 18 and 24 now. Clean the
Hey,
house.
and then they
Do
know I'm coming
chores.
home. I'm pretty sure that house gonna be clean. They know I'm coming home.
Nice, nice, nice.
What we got,
You-
Mister? My bad. What we got, Mister?
Hey, BU, let's run through the fun facts and close it on out for today.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question before you do that? What poet said, what is fascio? What
For
or is that
sure.
a typo?
That's
Oh,
for
Oh,
for
for
sure.
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 See, for sure. For
For
sure. Yeah,
cheesy, like
y'all gotta
for
keep me
sure.
educated on y'all especially this okay. All right. I was like, what is I thought one of y'all gonna read it.
It's for sure. He says
For
for sure. I
sure.
appreciate y'all answers. I don't
Hmm.
have kids, but trying to get ready if I ever do. Yeah, yes, that was
Yeah.
poet
Lady
William.
Gaga,
Fresh
you
out
want
the
to read
poet.
some fun facts? Yeah, that's the poet, and you know it.
Sure. Sure. Lady I was showing her age and her generational gap and everything here.
I
It's
noticed.
all right. Yeah.
He said, "I know this
I
nigga.
know
He's
this.
terrible. That boy terrible. That boy
I
I'm
just
terrible.
just
said it
playing.
to you. I don't need an applause about it.
That boy. That boy be
Shoot.
man. What?
Oh, man, something else. Y'all something else. Oh, it's such an enjoyable time.
All right, but
Wait a minute.
I
I'm
run through.
looking for the fun facts.
I got you, lady.
Okay.
You know, and
Okay, go ahead.
as you can pick up at 6 as you look through. I'll do 1 through 5.
Okay.
So some of the fun facts that we got for the day today is October 6th. On this day in 2007, Jason Lewis completed the first successful human-powered circumnavigation around the world. I don't even know what that is, y'all. It says circumnavigation. Circumnavigation. Somebody help me out with that. Put it in the comments. Let me know what a
Yeah,
circumnavigation is.
I don't know.
It
I'm
says
lost
it
on.
says
I
he
don't think I have this
successfully
fun fact.
the first successful human powered
Because I
circumnavigation through
can't
the world.
help you. Oh, wait a minute. I'm lying. Okay, I'm there. I
All
found
right,
it. I found
and
it. Mhm.
in 1995, astronomical developed the first exoplanet orbiting the sun, like sun, known as the 51 Pegasi. Is that how you say it? The Pegasi B?
It looks like Pegasi or Pegasi. Maybe it could be Pegasi or
It's
Pegasi.
Pegasus.
Pegasi.
Pegasi.
Circumnavigation
Hmm.
is completing a full orbit around the world, the Earth, and landing at the same point.
Say it
Oh,
again. Say it again. That's a
It's
mouthful.
completing a full journey around the world, and then
and
landing at the
landing
same
at the
point you was
same
talking.
point.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so in
Okay.
2007, Jason Lewis was the first person to complete a human power. So I don't know how he did it with human power, but he's the first one
It's
to
the thing.
complete
The
it.
thing is, they didn't want to risk a human body. They did it before, but that first time was with a human in there. They didn't want to
Ah,
risk a human body like dying doing that.
ah. All right. The TV show Ken and Camera. Y'all remember that show? The TV show Ken and Camera
Smile.
originally aired on this day in 1959. I didn't know that movie was that old. On
I didn't
October
know either.
6th is National Orange Wine Day in the United
Mm.
States. Who knew? Um,
Mhm.
in 1981, Egyptian president, I don't know, I'm gonna mess his name up. AS was assassinated.
Anwar Sadat.
Anwar Sadat. There you go.
Yes.
Just got you back. The Egyptian
I
president
remember
Anwar Sadat was assassinated during the military parade. How about that?
that.
The first train robbery in the U.S. history took place on this day in 1866, carried out by the Reno brothers.
Oh,
How
there was a mob. Yeah, there was a mob.
about that shit? In 1908, the first Model T was produced by Ford Motor Company.
Mm.
Hey, you know
So,
what's interesting about that?
talk to me.
What we got now? Tesla. What is that? Model
Good
T, right?
evening. Shouts out JL Diamond. We see you, love.
JL
Yeah, they got a
Diamond,
Model T.
hello.
You're right. You're right. I'm picking up what you put down.
History repeats itself. The
History
first
repeats
Model T was the first vehicle by Ford. Now Tesla made the last Model T, which is an electric vehicle. So that's you saw.
Okay, what is a Model T? What
It's-
is that?
That was
What
what
is
they called their first Ford vehicle,
just a Model T?
the Model T.
Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
And Tesla's is a Model T too?
The new Tesla, yeah, Model T, yeah.
They have a Model
What
T.
makes a Model T? Why what is the
I
description
think that's just
behind
the
that?
name. I think that's just the name that they named the actual make and model of that vehicle.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that is interesting, BU. Now Tesla, okay.
On this date in 1966, the United States launched the first satellite into orbit around the moon.
Mm.
On October 6th, it also marks the various cultures' observation and celebrations, including World Cerebral Palsy
Cerebral,
Day.
yes.
Cerebral palsy, yeah.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
today is World Cerebral Palsy Day.
Mm-hmm.
So shouts out to people. I don't want to say shouts out to people with cerebral palsy, but
Yeah.
awareness
Yeah.
for people who got cerebral palsy. How
Yeah.
about that?
Well,
This is a safe
I think
space.
it's appropriate to shout out to them because it's a real type of debilitating disease. But yeah, I know. But so I think it's appropriate to say shout out to them and their good health and their strength and resilience
There you
to
go.
keep on moving and living. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love you. There you go. There we go. The first episode of the sitcom The Brady Bunch aired on this day in 1969.
Oh,
I used to stay up and watch The Brady Bunch.
yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
now we
yes.
both got a Brady Bunch. That's crazy.
Look, really though. Really. I mean, like, look, your
We
6
can
plus
fill
6,
up the
that's
whole
12
state.
right there. I'm telling you. We really 12 deep when we pull up with just our kids. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Look, we
Yeah.
got a problem. You might want to be careful. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
We
y'all
got
got a
a full of
team.
girls too. You know what I mean?
We're gonna talk behind the scenes. We're gonna talk behind the scenes about this new show.
Y'all got a
Oh,
team.
look, a new show with all these female personalities. Man, I think we really need to talk about this while you playing. Because your kids and my kids in the same place, that's gonna be a crazy. Hey, look, anywhere you go, they're like, damn, what organization is y'all? No, this is our kids.
We're not an organization. We are tribe.
What you said?
We are
His 6, my
tribe, bro.
6. What you talking about?
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
get along. They all
Yeah.
jive well together. Y'all 6 and 6.
Oh, they haven't even.
Well,
Yeah,
no, they haven't met.
Oh, get out.
We're so far
That's
apart.
surprising.
And I knew
Okay.
them for like 20
Okay.
years.
Yeah, that's why I thought that maybe y'all would have they look. JL said not only I thought that's what I thought that
Hey, no,
y'all
we're not gonna
have
call
such
it. We're not gonna call it
extensive
organ. We're gonna call it a tribe. You know,
Yes.
it's our tribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's more organic. More organic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, I try for sure.
Oh man, when y'all do that video it when they meet. so I can
Oh
see
yeah,
who's
we're
being
going. We
missed
streaming.
and
Yeah.
who,
We stream.
who
We
is
got
being
streaming.
missed and who's being BU out of the
Yes.
tribe.
Yes. It's gonna be
Oh,
interesting because
my daughter's my twin. Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting because a lot of my kids have my intellectual side, so it's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
and a lot of my kids act like me.
So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I can already
reality
see it.
TV show, reality show.
Yes. Lady Albert, before we get up out of here, love, do you want to do the celebrity birthdays?
Absolutely. Celebrity birthdays for October 6th, historically. Jeremy Sisto, 1974, American actor known for roles in Law and Order and 6 Feet Under. Elizabeth Shue. I'm not sure who Jeremy Sisto is, but I love Law and Order. Know who Elizabeth Shue is? 1963. On this day, October 6th, is her birthday. American actress famous for The Karate Kid and Leaving Las Vegas. Is that an I or L? Lone? That's interesting. Lone Grufford. 1973. Welsh actor recognized for roles in Fantastic Four and Titanic. Addison Rae, 2000. Social media influence and actress who gained fame on TikTok. Jazz Jennings, love the name. 2000, transgender rights advocate and reality TV star. There we go. Happy birthday, October 6th, people.
Yes, those are y'all birthday twins for today. We appreciate all the listeners and everybody that's locking in with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell, tell a friend to lock in with Off the Chain Podcast, baby. We are always looking for artists and people who are in the professional realm that want to sit down and have a discussion with us. Artists, if you want to have a discussion, have an interview, and then showcase your artistry, yes, this is what the platform is created for. But before we get up out of here, do you guys want to go around the panel and have something positive for the people?
It's Motion Monday, right? What I said? Hey, greatness is a process. You gotta grow through what you go through. I need some snaps. Hold on,
all right, you got it. You got it.
I like it. Lady Alpha, you got something for the people before we close on that? Look.
I'm going to leave it as what it says under my name here, alongside of my name, empathy and compassion. But
I like it. Empathy and compassion. But I like it. I like it. And I'm gonna just leave it like this. and I'm gonna leave it like this, man. Hey, don't let nobody tell you what you can and what you cannot do, baby. Speak positively and speak greatness over everything and everything that you want to accomplish, and it will be so. The Bible says, "So is a man thinketh, so is he." So if we think greatness, then we become great. But until next time, baby, don't forget to Art for Change. Peace and love, gang, and we are. Oh snap! Hold on, we have a comment. Peace out, phone. And he said, "Peace out,
poet."
Okay.
My Williams
peace
brother.
out, poet.